Go here. Let's close down. This should be this. Okay. Voila. Let's see what's moving pre-market here. Seneca Biopharma. Marathon's there, guys. Riot's there. Bitcoin's looking like things. Sundial is still declining. I don't think there's going to be... I know there's a lot of volume on Sundial, but I don't know that it's going to be... Like, look at that chart. Holy crap, Bitcoin's 23,000. What's up, Fuquan? Do, 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 do. Oh, new follow right at the gate. Much appreciated. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Not too much, my man. Oof, Fuquan, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. All right, boys. Let's take a look at what is going on today. Restaurants got their thing. Google Fitbit deal receives conditional approval. Domino's Pizza Tap by Evercore. We were looking at restaurants yesterday. I went with Parks instead. I went with Six Flags on recovery. Cracker Barrel, Red Robin, Dave & Buster's. Dave & Buster's is an interesting play. It is good to see you, man. Oh, you saw me on Twitter. Sweet, man. No, I appreciate that. I always love knowing where people are able to find me and come. We've had a lot of people come in actually from YouTube, not so many from Twitter, so it's great to see people coming in from Twitter as well. Very cool. Just got into day swing trading this past week. What sectors are you playing, Tox? Bitcoin is hitting the double top. Yeah, I mean, my forecast on it was for it to decline back down under 20K. Today might be a great day for Mara short. The Mara weeklies, like it would be a complete YOLO. But I think the 750s might be reasonable. January monthlies for next month. Fun and Ipoc. Ipoc. So this is a SPAC. This is similar to GDRX and SHG, actually, Clover Health. What's it at right now? Do you have an article or anything on? Well, let's check the press release here. See if there's a date on this. I don't see a date. Can't really drop below 10. Clover Health SPAC, December 18th. It's backed by Google. October 6th. It's talking about this deal. Ipoc. Yes, October it ran to 13. It's 1088 right now. Let's head to StockTwits here and see what's up. This might be a play for the day. If the 18th is the date that they're planning on doing the Clover thing. Yeah, there's talk about the vote being today. That's got to be the vote on the SPAC. What is this doing pre-market? Is it moving already pre-market? Ipoc, 1099. Not a ton. Still sub 11. We might be. So this has Google on it and Walmart on it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. It sucks trying to find which like which thing is my camera here. It's not even recognizing it as being connected anymore. Camera down. You guys get to just look at me thinking hard all day, I think. It seems to be frozen on that image, so I can't get the camera to do squat. It looks like it died, so rip. Rip. I'll be thinking hard all day long, ladies and gents. I tried that. No bueno. Oh well, that's fine. That's a power pose that I'm in right there. I'll be thinking hard all day. That's fine. Yeah, so Ipoc. I kind of want to go to this. 3 days ago, what does this say? Trade on Nasdaq. Proposed business today announcing pending transfer of listing Class A. Blah blah blah. Prior to the consummation. Blah blah blah. Trading is expected to begin on Nasdaq January 8th under the new ticker. Last day of trading. So there's people talking about the vote being today or tomorrow. Did I see that the SEC charged Robinhood? No, where's that at? $65 million fine. It's a tap on the wrist. It's a tap on the wrist. I don't. I am bearish on it at this point. I think it's overextended. Long term, I like it, but right now I think it's run too far too fast. I'll wait for it to come back down. I think it's more than likely that we see it come down, in my opinion. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I'm going to load up Marbles here. Go grab a coffee. You guys can join in. Remember, guys, winner gets to pick which ticker we watch heading into the market today. I will be taking further look talks at Ipoc if the vote is today. I need to find some news on that, though. I don't see any news that's confirming that yet, but for sure. Later. I'm not meant to be. I can't. My camera died just now. Remember, guys, this is the old camera. My new one still hasn't come yet, so it was working for a couple of days, but now it has died. Yeah. They're listening, brother. They're listening all the time. Pass. Hard pass. Can you do me a favor and take a look at Ipoc? Tell me what you see on it. We've looked at Bluebird in the past. I wasn't particularly bullish on it. It had a pipeline at least, but I wasn't particularly bullish on it. Yeah, Ipoc. IPOC. Yeah. No, somebody from Twitter came over and they're like, "Oh, I'm new to trading. I'm swing day trading, and I just got into something. I'm taking a look at this." I'm like, "Okay." And so yeah, it looks like their SPAC vote is today or tomorrow, based off of what I'm reading on StockTwits. So I'm trying to find confirmation of that. But if they are going to confirm their SPAC acquisition, there's a good chance that this thing runs up on the typical SPAC hype, right? Like it's just under 11 right now. If I can grab it at under 11 and the SPAC hype drives it to 18, I mean that's a decent return on a week. All right, I'm gonna grab coffee, guys. 2 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, let's go. Wow, Lodex just skipped that entire damn map. Looks like it. Lodex won. Like, it wasn't even close. I couldn't find him, and he was already down here. Like, he just crushed this thing. I have looked at BLRX before. Yep, that is a familiar ticker name to me. All right, Lodex, you get to pick, sir. What are we watching? Mara? Perfect. Perfect. We, yeah. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Hmm. Yeah, Ash, any biostock, what you're gonna see is they go up on news and then there's biodegradation until the next piece of news. That's very typical in bio. So let's see, when was the last piece of news they had? Okay, their last piece of news, their data underperformed, which is the drop. I wouldn't go near it. I would stay away from it. People were super excited for data on their pancreatic cancer, and then it fell. I yeah. You'll be holding this for a while. Um, this was a 43 patient study that the data ran on initially, which is too small in my opinion. It's got to be a phase 1 at best, so that's BLRX. Um, yeah, this Ipoc thing, I got to figure out here because I may take a position in this today. The vote is today. Okay. This is what I was looking for. I was looking for confirmation. Ooh, there may be two opportunities here today, guys. Talks, if you're still around, man. This is going to be interesting. Good morning, good morning, good morning. They've got the wrong ticker. It is not Ipoc. It is Ipob that is voting today. Yeah, the cam died, unfortunately. It is Ipob that is voting today, not Ipoc. Let's see if I can find. Yeah, Ipob ran already. Yeah, Ipob it's already priced in because the vote already happened and people knew that it was going to happen. So that's the kind of price movement that I'm expecting to see is Ipob. So yeah, we head here. I'll pull it up. So here is Ipob. Let's go to 3 months. Yeah, so I mean, like this is the kind of run that I'm expecting to see on this, where it goes from that 10-11 up to this 25, right? But I'm expecting that on Ipoc, which is the same guy. It's the same guy that did Ipob is doing Ipoc, and you'll see here like it had that run up to 13 over 6 months, but that's it, and it's come back down to around this $10 mark. My question is, does this continue to go down here, or is 11 decent? And I think I'm being greedy on that if I'm waiting for it to go below this. I think Ipoc is in a really nice position there at 1088. Now I am already pretty heavy into BTWN, but I mean if this is a new thing where there's almost an assurance of gain based off of your um based off of a SPAC, then it's something I definitely want to look at. I'd have to free up some capital for it though. And I don't really want to exit anything. Maybe SHG. I'd have to take a small loss on SHG, but honestly, it might be worth it. Yeah, January 6th and 7th is when it starts to vote, but now would be a good time to get in. Vote dates are the 6th and the 7th, from what I'm reading. The people on StockTwits are misinformed. Ipoc? It's a good buy the dip. It's a good buy the dip for me right now where it is because I could get the pump on it on the day, right? Because people will buy up thinking the vote's today, and then they'll realize that oh shit, it's not today. I mean, it's a SPAC. It's not going to fall below 10. So like my maximum loss on this thing is $8 or $8. No, that's wrong. 80 cents is 80 cents. Ooh, there's that sweet 7 month sub. Thanks, Rindos. Great to have you back. Glad you are still here hanging out. Okay, so let's see this at maybe 116. Yeah, I mean, that'll be into the new year for sure, but I think the money is there. What happened back in September that drove this thing up? Ipoc. Um. Okay, so this duo guy, these two guys that invest in these SPACs. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, Their first SPAC that they were involved in was space. It became Virgin Galactic. Their second one is Open Door. So let's see. Let's see the valuation. Okay, so 4.8 billion was the valuation on this. So right now it's at about 25. Hair, yeah, I have a sizable position in LAC. I got 10 grand in there. I agree. I'm of the same mind. Um, I think it's a very strong unsung hero kind of play. It's not sexy. It's not top of mind. People are looking more towards the EVs directly and not about the production side of things. Uh, I think that they get their approval push because it's a domestic mine that's the second largest in the world. There's lots that I like about LAC. BTWN is still looking really solid. So I mean, really, guys, I've pared down the portfolio to about four stocks at a time, and that's all that I'm really managing is three or four larger positions in that kind of $10,000 range. Um, I think I might exit SHG today. I'll take a bit of a loss on it, but I made enough gains on it over the last month, and then I may look at putting that into Ipoc. Holy cow, 88 people in here. How's it going, everybody? It's Thursday. The camera did die again. So it gave us a few days of life, and now it has expired again. It is deceased. Uh, it would be short term. It'd be into January. It wouldn't be a day play. There's no news on Tokopedia. What it looks like is happening, guys, is there was a lot of trepidation around the SPAC actually working because the news came in that Citi and JP Morgan are working with them on a potential IPO. In reading on what I could find yesterday, what I came to the conclusion on is, yeah, they're talking to Citibank and JP Morgan about an IPO, but the IPO is for the Singapore or for the Indonesian market. Like it's not. They want to SPAC into the U.S. market, but they want to IPO into the Indonesian market and have a double listing. So Um, Clover Health has partnerships with Walmart. They're backed by Google. These guys that are running this IPO have turned three companies to seemingly gold and a win. So I am going to disregard a lot of people online and say that the guys in charge, the big guys, know the value in this and they see the value in it. So are there healthcare plays that are obvious heading into next year? Absolutely. Are guys on StockTwit's going to go, but what about Amazon? Yeah. Um, why not look at Vail for lithium? Vail has had all kinds of issues with labor disputes, killing people in mines, lawsuits for that kind of stuff, dam disaster in Brazil. Um, which lithium mine does Vail own? The camera's dead. It died, and that's the image that we got. Okay, so they have the Zuza Lithium project out of Brazil. So We didn't actually get the podcast recorded, so we're going to do that today. Um, biggest lithium mine world. Okay, so guys, here are the different mines. Um, Number one is in Mexico. This is the Sonora lithium mine. Sonora Lithium JV is the company. This is LAC, the second largest in the world, based in the USA. I don't see Vale's mine on this list anywhere. I am still in ACRX, yeah. I don't care who Tesla's partnering with. There's more than just Tesla that are going to need EV batteries. Look at all the freaking EV companies out there. This is the second largest lithium mine in the world, and it's based domestically in the U.S. I think the GMs, the Fiskars, all those guys, they come at it. Mara to the moon. I don't know. We're going to be watching Mara on the open here. We got 2 minutes to the bell. Um, let's see what happens. What do I think about PLL? I think over Christmas you see the pullback. Piedmont Lithium. They're planning on coming to the U.S. That's important. I mean, it's Australia, right? So Australia's on the list, but it gets beaten out. So Australia's third, right? Now, there are a lot of lithium mines in Australia. The 3, 4, 5, and 6 position are all Australia, and the 8th position is Australia as well. Um, Mixes, thanks so much for the follow, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, Bitcoin's 23,000 right now. I have Bitcoin up all the time now. Ding ding, there's the bell. Mara 968. Man, oh man. I sold here. Hmm. Oh well. Tis what it is. Yeah, I've heard people talking about the lit ETF as well, guys. I'm not interested in. I really dislike ETFs. Me personally, I understand that there's a lot of people that like ETFs, but um, yeah, it's not for me. I like to pick apart the ETF. Yeah, I'm up $1,000 on BTWN right now, so that's not bad. Um, I'd kind of like to see some movement on Waiter, but I'm not seeing it. And there's been no word of the IPO. I'm tempted to exit Waiter too. I'm gonna lose a couple $100 here on this play, but I like it. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Any day you could see the drop, right? They could say DoorDash tomorrow, and I could have sold one day too soon, but I'm more confident about. I'm yeah, I'm more confident about. Come on, just exit this thing. I just want out. Just let me out. Okay. Okay, I'm out. I'm out. Okay, so what do I have in buying power here? Update? No update? Buying power 15,000? Buying power 480? That's incorrect. I am gonna get rid of waiter. I'm gonna get rid of it here. I'm gonna cut it loose. For Ipoc, I just see the Ipoc for me is a more of a sure thing here. Okay, I gotta go to tip ranks and update those holdings. Um, yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know with waiter. It could be any day. Like for me, you gotta gauge the likelihood of the DoorDash IPO, in my opinion. Okay, Ipoc 1082. Okay, let's buy. If I get 1,000 of this. Do I do a lot of option trading? No, I don't. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna fight over pennies on Ipoc, guys. I'm in. Um, I'm in on it. I bought it on the Canadian margin account again, like a complete tool. Oh well, whatever. Just means that every time I hate it because every time that I look at it now, I have to convert, right? So Canadian 1384 is what I got it for, which is 1089. That's okay. That's with conversion and commission, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah, it's medical insurance. Okay, so I'm out of SHG and I'm out of waiter. And I'm into Ipoc. 1,000 shares. Where's the order? Historical orders. Ipoc. My fill. Oh, my fill was 1080 on it. So I must be doing something wrong with conversion and cost, but my fill was 1080 on it. All right, let's see here. There will always be a shirt. If you got those Mara puts out the gate, you're looking pretty good right now. A really small yacht, like a wooden one for the bath. That'll do. I'll use that one. Okay. How do I feel about FedEx earnings? FedEx is going to crush. Why aren't I blinking? I am. Now let's have a staring contest. Go. If anybody can beat me on cam right now at a staring contest, I will donate you $1 million. Go. Yeah, I need to take a look at Baba. Where's that Baba at? Oh, it's moving up little by little. I can safely say, at best, you will be able to tie my current video. Am I looking to enter Baba? I've got Baba long into February on its earnings. Now I'm pretty far outside the money on it, and I think Theta's going to get me first, but we'll see. Yeah, Baba could have just a wild run here and maybe come back up. I need it at 325, so I can statistically and factually say it is an impossibility, Ash, for me to have blinked. It's just not possible. Ooh, Stockman with that Prime Gaming sub. Thank you so much for that. How did you trip across us, Stockman? I like that it's Stockman. That's clever. Okay. Okay. I get it. My screen flickered. That counts, right? No, that's just you with busted ass technology. I don't pay for that. Yikes. Alibaba's facial recognition technology is capable of determining if somebody's an Uyghur. Yikes. No, we no target the Uyghurs. No, no. Software do that for everybody, just specifically tailored and programmed to target the people we put in work camps. I mean, into labor villages. Yeah, the camera died, guys. Not at all, T Cannon. I'm glad to hear you're taking wins, man. I'm glad to hear you're taking wins. No, they want to be there. They have nice house and they only work 12-hour shifts 7 days a week. Can confirm Winnie the Pooh killed my camera. Is that what you're saying? I don't think so. He's got bigger fish to fry than me. Hmm. I believe Martini is live right now. I just need to pop over there and bug her for 2 seconds. All right, Chad. I had to drive into work this morning in that horrific weather conditions due to the snowstorm. Since I'm essential work, took me about an hour and a half. I need financial freedom. So what's the plan? The plan is convince your boss to let you remote work. Oh, Gazan, because I know that feel. Got on late today. Did you miss ACRX news? I don't think so. I don't think there's been ACRX news. I've been waiting and watching. Not since the offering. The thing that's got me and a lot of people talking on ACRX is where was Vince? The presentation at LD Micro is exactly where you expected Vince to be, and he wasn't there, which has me wondering where he was. Clearly, that should have been a priority for him, unless he was busy talking to something else. The camera died this morning, guys. Camera has died. Okay, what do we got? We got Elon tweeting. We've got Moderna's vaccine. That could be a positive for the market. Cool you. Let's go to the scanners here, see what's happening. I haven't seen anything about the stimulus finalizing. Is tip ranks up to date? I believe so. I believe it is. Yeah, we just got a little bit of life. Mm-hmm. Um, do you know? It is driving me a little bit nuts that Google Finance is not, or Google Sheets is not pulling from Google Finance regularly. It keeps giving errors. Um, yeah, yeah. Just like, what's the current ticker? What's the current? And what's well, and that's it. Like as soon as I re-enter it, it populates. But then if I go off the page and come back, it's NA almost right away. What is this? Snow? I think Mara's gonna come back down. Triton, man, big gains. Yeah, I remember when I was talking about Rite Aid back when it was like $8. Yeah, there's not much there for me. I got to be honest. There's not much there in that call. I want to see how Ipoc is doing actually on this. Um, no analysts on it. People are increasing their position size. It's got a 7. Hmm. Okay, I don't see any crazy news. I honestly, guys, ACRX is driving me a little bit nuts, but I am gonna grab a little bit more. I think right now where it is. Just DCA down a little further. Slowly bringing this down. I did have a 178 average at one point. I'm down to 160 on it, so I mean, I'm not really upset about that. Smart portfolio, my holdings. Tip ranks is hurting right now. I don't know what's going on with that, but Ipoc comments. Hmm. Oh, it's actually better than that. Because this says I was at $1.69, but it's now $1.60. Sweet. Little by little, bring that cost down. I've never used it. Why am I so bullish on ACRX? Because I know that the States is in the midst of an opioid shortage. I know that they have a guaranteed contract with the military. And I know that they have 3 sales teams selling their drug. Um, for me, I just see growth. And this really sucks that I'm going to have to keep popping over here and checking this thing. There's so many better plays than ACRX, in my opinion. Could have put that money in VU and made more money. There's lots of plays that I could have taken. I could have put it all in Mara, but I'm already in ACRX. I'm not going to exit on a loss when I know that long term it is a win. So I just leave it there, and I use the funds from the other plays that I'm taking, positions that I'm taking, and I grow those instead. Any thoughts on Afria merging with Tilray? My thoughts are one bankrupt, broke piece of shit pod company buying another. I don't know that I would go near either. Um, a lot of people use trader journals. They use Excel sheets. I know for a long time I was using just a pencil and paper, like a journal. Um, Yeah, I mean, I know that DD, when you've got a guaranteed military contract for $30 million for the next 5 years, I'm okay with that. I think when you take a look at their, let's go here, ACRX, annual earnings. Okay, so annual earnings, guys, for the last little bit. You'll see that they had 19 million in December 2015, 2016, 2017, declining into 2018. We know that as of this year, they've got at minimum $6 million a year, minimum. That doesn't include three sales teams. That doesn't include an opioid shortage. That doesn't include the national stockpile. That doesn't include the Navy or the Air Force or any of the other branches of the DoD, which they are now permitted to sell to. Um, Look at this revenue increase estimate. Like they're estimating a 5x increase into 2021. For me to just hold ACRX, um, I'm coming into next year where I'm not expecting to see this insane growth from 2200 to 40 50 grand right now. It's 50 grand right now to 50 grand right now. I'm not expecting to go from 50 grand to 5 million next year, right? I'm looking for 30 to 40% gains. However, if I can take a quarter of my portfolio and see a 300-400% return on it, that's going to be a decent chunk of that work already done. Moving around into some of the other positions, I mean, that's not a huge deal for me one way or the other. Um, for me to have that assurance that ACRX is there and it's just going to keep doing what it's been doing, which is up and down and up and down and up and down. The last time we got positive news from them, it was almost $2. So not at all. Yeah, GXO, that's one of my favorite reads. And I think it's especially important if you are looking at emerging markets. A lot of emerging markets operate off of that. So um, up 700 on BTWN, so I'm happy with that. IPIX, who knows? We're waiting on Q4 data from IPIX right now. That could be something. But ACRX, yeah, it's a long hold for me. If it pops before January, great. If not, okay, I'll hold it. I'll hold it into next year, through next year. LAC on Biden, I'm pretty much even on. I got 10 grand in there. But I'm really liking this of just having 4 or 5 stocks and just trusting my due diligence on those instead of what I was doing before, which was I would have anywhere from 8 to 10 in there. I think just really dialing in and focusing has been good for the growth. Um, Baidu. Well, this is good news, actually. I'm happy to see Baidu up because it's showing a bit of a resurgence in um, Asian stocks. So hopefully Baidu takes Baba with it. Not so much. Not so much. Now, Ipob does have a vote today, and it's down, so that's interesting. Ipoc. Yeah, Bitcoin's 23.2 right now. See if I can connect to Vince directly. Vince Angotti, there he is. Pending. Just looking to see if they have a investor relations person of some kind here. Director supply chain, regional director, medical officer. Head of commercial operations. Actually, that federal account director guy looked good because he would be the one that deals with. Yeah, this guy here would be the guy that deals with the military orders. I want to know where he was at. I'm going to ask the man. They are screwed in the short term. Well, the contract set in the contract's already been outlined for the 30 million over the next 5 years. The question is it going to be more or is it just going to be that? Okay, so he was a reservist colonel. Okay. So he's got military connections. Morning, morning, morning. Yeah, let's see here. ACRX. Where is it? Yeah, that's what I'm pulling up right now, guys. This $3.6 million contract that they got, guys, was just for it was a RFP for the efficacy of Dasuvia versus the fentanyl lollipop. It's to eliminate fentanyl lollipops from military use. Okay, as a reminder, the positive milestone C review for Dasuvia to be included in the Army sets, kits, and outfits for deployed troops effective in their new fiscal year, which began October 1st. As such, we expect the initial ordering of Dasuvia for deployed troops sometime in the fourth quarter. They expect orders to be uneven depending on usage. This gives them access to the military. And then this is a partnership with everybody else. Their Q&A little nobody asked about the military in the Q&A, so I can't pull anything from that. What is a fentanyl lollipop? A fentanyl lollipop is something that they invented for field trauma. So what they were having an issue with was carrying morphine vials around on the field, right? In a battlefield. So what they did was they went, okay, well, what if we carried lollipops instead? Because lollipops won't break, and if they do, they can just eat the broken pieces out of the wrapper, right? The issue with fentanyl lollipops is it doesn't give an accurate dosage, so you don't know how much people have taken. You also don't know the rate of release because that would vary greatly depending on the size of the person, the rate of consumption, even where they are and what they're doing, right? Like if you are a tech guy and you know you're an intelligence guy working on a base, you take shrapnel and you need an opioid, that's going to be different than somebody who's just been running around in a battle situation, not specifically at a base, but let's say you know you take shrapnel and you haven't been running around and you're not running around and you're not in the midst of the fight, right? um, yeah, they designed the if not many troops are deployed, not much Vesuvia usage. Well, it goes into kits. So all of the military kits that are being produced now will carry this in them. Um, it's a big deal. Yeah, so the fentanyl lollipops are there. They are currently being used alongside Vesuvia, but all of the field meds have said that they prefer to use Vesuvia just because you can track it. It's for 4 hours. You know when it's going to wear off, when you need to reapply. The dosages are locked. You know how much they're going to get as well. Imagine trying to transport a soldier who's on an opioid and is all shot up and banged up and you know bleeding out and missing body parts or whatever. Trying to keep a sucker in their mouth is kind of stupid. And people are saying, "Oh yeah, just chew it, right? Like just chomp down on that sucker and get it in there." It's like, well, um, why don't we just make a pill that they can swallow? That way they're not sitting there fucking chomping on a lollipop, which is exactly what the Subi is. Like it's a tiny little pill. You swallow it, you're done. You're good for 4 hours. When you get to when they get you back to a med camp, you don't have to ask, well, how many lollipops? How long have they been sucking on that lollipop? How long have they been? Instead, you just ask them when was their dosage? When was the last dosage? And you know when to put a timer on it to drop them another pill. Um, I thought it was sublingual. Yeah, it's in and it's done. It's still a pill. It's a pill that goes under the tongue. Um, yeah, exactly. How long have you had that lollipop in your mouth? Did you consume the entire lollipop? Did you spit it out? Did you throw it out? Did you chomp on it to get a faster release time? Yeah, it's a bit of a bloody mess. This is easier. I'm not a veteran. No. I went through the reserve process, joined the reserve, got diagnosed PTSD shortly afterwards, and so I never had the privilege to actually serve or do anything as a reservist. It was unfortunate, but that's a bit of a reality. I had to put my personal health and family first. But I've got a bunch of buddies that are U.S. Army or Canadian military. I know a bunch of guys in the U.S. that are retired Army. We've got some family that is retired military. So yeah, talk with a lot of these guys, ask them a lot of it about you know what about this, what about that, and this is at least for battlefield ER, this is fantastic. What ACRX has done here is fantastic. That wasn't their initial intent. Their initial intent was to make it for a hospital setting, but it worked quite well for the army, which is why the army is piled in. Um, Uh-oh, Elon's causing trouble. Elon slammed for whining about pronoun use on Twitter. No, the RFP submission is something else. The RFP has been awarded. The RFP has already been awarded. That's two separate things. The RFP is for replacing the fentanyl Ipob. That's already been awarded to them. They've been awarded that RF. Yeah. So yeah, the process, guys, is the RFP goes out, and then the contract gets issued. The contract has been issued. It's a $3.6 million contract. So the RFP submission is confirmed. They have a contract for that one. The other one for the milestone C orders, there's no contract that we've seen yet. So not seeing a ton of other news here, guys. People are still expecting this COVID relief deal to come through. Has anybody heard anything on that? A vote in Washington for a stimulus bill could push into the weekend, but that's enough for the market at present. Lawmakers are continuing to express optimism on a deal with state and local aid and liability pushed down the road, but talks are still ongoing. Stimulus news. Live updates. Okay. This is the COVID race, or this is the Senate race. That's not really what I want. Okay, government shutdown. Congressional lawmakers are working to finalize the second COVID stimulus deal, and they're trying to do this ahead of a Friday government shutdown deadline. Okay, so they have to do it before Friday, is what they're looking for. I don't know how quickly they're going to move on this. This is going to be insane. Are they going to have the House and the Senate? Like one person's going to run it directly over from the House to the Senate, and so they can just run the vote on this. Like, hmm. Jobless benefits of 300 per week. Stimulus checks around 600 a person, so it's half of what they were. Okay, so this seemingly has live updates. I'm gonna leave that open. The video's frozen for everybody, Saint. Okay, I need more coffee. I'll be right back, guys. If you have tickers you want me to take a look at, throw it in there. We're gonna keep breaking down the news, taking a look at what's happening in the market. I'll leave you guys with this. We'll put the watch list up. Yeah, that $600 is enough for people to get their gadgets and gizmos over Christmas. For sure. Do you think Maya goes to 10 tomorrow? You mean Mara? I think you mean Mara. Yeah. Um, I think Bitcoin's due to drop. I think we see Bitcoin come back down. This is not this growth here. That's a red flag in my book. We see it come back down. This is hilarious because Martini has done exactly this. She's done passive investing on Tesla and made a fortune. So this guy's argument doesn't apply as much to Tesla as it applies to the market as a whole, where he's stating that currently, with the uncertainty in the market, it's not safe to long term hold anything, and you got to get in on the day trade game, which I completely disagree. I what do you think will happen to the stock market if Trump has a military investigation? I don't think anybody cares at this point. Anything happening with Trump right now, short of the Supreme Court saying Trump wins the election for some insane reason, um, I don't think anybody cares. He's on his way out. He can be investigated and sued and whatever, and the left will roll in the dog shit glory that is, but it won't it won't do a damn thing to the market. How much capital would you say is necessary to make day trading a career? I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know people's circumstances. I don't know what your success rate is. I don't know what your growth is. I don't know what kind of stuff you trade. I would never recommend day trading either way. Day trading is an absolute nightmare to keep up. But I definitely would not. Yeah, there's too many ifs, ands, and buts. So for me, 25K a year, to have 25K and say, okay, I'm going to start full time day trading on 25K with a family of 10, that's insanity, right? But if I was a single dude, sure, I'd buy myself an RV, live in a Walmart somewhere, shower at a gym, live off of $1,000 a month for a year. Yeah, I could do it. So no financial advice. My opinion is there's a lot of math and outlying factors on that. For me, I run a full time digital marketing consultancy outside of this. I'm a professional public speaker at conferences and events. That's a little bit slow right now given what's going on, but um, yeah, for the most part here, guys, I'm on the market for the first couple hours of the day. I hang out with these guys to do due diligence in between my work with my clients, but for the most part, I don't make recommendations for most to get into trading full time. That may be a dream for a lot of you. I I think a lot of people would be a lot better served by staying in their current job or the business that they run, their entrepreneurship, whatever it may be, and then trade passively on the side. I think you'd have a lot better success than day trading. A lot of times, more damage is done by constantly being hands on your portfolio than good, right? Um, the problem as well that I have with living off the day trading, right, is um, you're not ever really growing the portfolio unless you're seeing massive win after massive win after massive win, but you're not really growing the portfolio because you're living off of the gains. So your portfolio just kind of stagnates, and I don't know that that's the aim for any investor out there, to just watch your funds stagnate. You kind of want to see growth happen. BTWN is buying up here. Target profit for Mattel. I mean, for me, it was just hold it through till their Q4 earnings, and probably get out before they drop their Q4 earnings because there's going to be so much positive hype on it. Ipob has a vote today. IPOB has a vote today. I mean, this is fantastic, actually, guys. When you look at this, that I got a 1218 entry on BTWN pre-market, and you look at the chart for the past couple days, like 1218. You can't see that because it dropped down to it pre-market and came right back up. Like it's a little bit nutty that I got that fill. Fisker's making a lot of moves here. It's Ipoc. I don't want Ipoc. I want BTWN. If all you've got is $1,000 in savings, no, $1,000 in savings is like no. Even if you can live off $100, no, absolutely not. And that's not my financial advice. That's my opinion. My opinion is no. Thoughts on Afria after the news of the Tilbury merger? My thoughts are that they're two dog shit pot stocks. Double fisting? No, they're not planning for a double fisting. Space is going back up to the 30s. Great. I've all but resolved that my space puts are going to be worth nothing. Market value is 1. Let's see if I can get $1 for my space puts. Everything on Tipring seems positive on Apria. Yeah, I'm not. Any idea what happened to ETM? ETM was a seasonal play, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a seasonal play. That did exactly what we expected it to do. Was buy in October, hold into December, and then get out. And it's going to rinse and repeat. It just does that. Actually, if that comes down below $2, there's probably an opportunity to buy back in. So I'll leave it on my chart here. Pretty slow for a Thursday here. Man, Mattel 1827. Holy crap. Let's see how the options are doing today. DGLY calls are doing well. 6 is green today. Coke is green today. GPS is green today. CCL is down. CCL and Coke are, oh no, Gap, CCL, and Coke are three leaps that are currently down. CNK is up, and I think it continues to go. It's kind of nice that I've got all the time in the world on these, where it's just like, just wait, just wait. ACRX is testing some nerves. It's down a penny on the day. One penny. Yeah, lately for sure. But this is not the first time I've been here, right? As low as 78 cents. Just need that news to pop. Have to pee pee poo poo. Okay. Thanks for following, man. Yeah, Q1 is when they start the new production line. Do you find being so green overall result gives you much cooler nerves watching your swings? Maybe. Maybe there's an inherent calm there because I've seen this play out before. But what I know for certain is if you allow swing trades to just be completely, yeah, the production line is next year. When they, what was I saying? Yeah, with your wins, I know that when I exit too soon on a knee jerk reaction on something, I often come to regret it. And I think that sticks with me more than assurance of DD. Now, my assurance of DD is definitely there. I am confident in the plays that I take. Otherwise, I don't get into them in the first place. But yeah, let's see what. There's some articles here. Is ACRX a good stock to buy? So it's picked up some more hedge funds in the last quarter. Citadel and 2 Sigma are on this. The conclusion on Verb was I exited Verb. Has Seigerman updated tip ranks yet? I don't think so. I haven't seen an update on tip ranks. Redemption. These are two big names, right? Citadel and 2 Sigma. I've heard 2 Sigma before. Okay. Okay, but Citadel is like a real firm, right? Okay. Hmm. What do these readings mean? Okay, so people like this better than 80% of the stocks in specialty and generic drug manufacturers. Okay. But there's an awful lot of those. I don't know that that's an indication of anything. Tools recent past week. Publication of clinical data got dropped. So this, I mean, these guys are just quoting tip ranks directly, what the analysts have on it. BlackRock, Vanguard, biggest holders of ACRX. So, Sagerman has not updated, neither has Brandon Folks from Cantor. So these two aren't counted in this. It only tracks analysis from the past 3 months. So because there's been no new price targets set from either of these guys, they don't count them on the chart. But even still, guys, it's got a 300% upside over the next year on this. It was a 4, it is now a 6. 6 days ago, this guy here saw it at $7. I mean, it's just too much of a move, guys. It's too much of a move for me to miss on. 300%. I know that I've done the duty. I've done the DD. I'm not going to go away from it. I know what it is. I know what it is. Now, here's Trump 2 minutes ago saying he's going to veto the defense bill, which is very, very interesting because my understanding was it passed the Senate and the House with veto proof numbers. So, NDAA veto proof. Trump has threatened to veto the annual National Defense Authorization Act, $740 billion bill setting policy for the department. Does not repeal a law that protects social media companies. The defense bill has passed both houses of the U.S. Congress by veto-proof margins, meaning any veto by Trump would likely be overridden as he faces the end of his term, January 20th. I've been all over the place with ACRX. Right now I'm sitting at an average of 160. Trump has threatened to veto the bill because it does not repeal Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. Trump has until December 23rd to either sign it or veto it. He still does plan to veto the NDAA. It starts to have frustrated lawmakers from both parties who said the tech measures have nothing to do with the defense. They also said Trump's concern about social media should not kill legislation considered essential for the Pentagon and the result of nearly a year's work. Okay. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna try. He's got till the 23rd. How long have I been in? Since January? Maybe not. Maybe no, because I did exit the position entirely to move money, and then I came back to it. So let's go to my orders, and I can just tell you all accounts, historical orders, last, custom date range. But only let me go back as far as October. Yeah, there's some purchases here. I bought it. Looks like I bought a bunch at $1.61, a bunch at $1.52. I've just been slowly DCAing on it. So the highest one entry I have here is $1.89. Um, and then like slow acquisitions on the way up, but I definitely had a bunch. So this was, yeah, I've definitely been in since September again. And I'm just DCAing as much as possible into it. But I'm not going anywhere on it. Okay, so I'm not seeing much else, guys, as far as news goes. This veto-proof bill thing is interesting, but it's not really a ton. There's not a ton of news on ACRX. BTWN is continuing to perform well, but I haven't seen anything to indicate that we are seeing a movement today. Strikes me as weird. I don't know why you would talk about somebody else in your own bio, but I've seen a lot of weird crap on the internet. Sorry, what's running? Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay, yeah, I'm up. I'm up $1,500 on it. Okay. Guys, I'm not seeing a ton else here. I did just connect with the senior director of marketing at ACRX. So I'm going to send him a message, see if he's willing to let slip or slide anything. I said, great to connect. Excited to see the NDAA pass and that initial Army order landing. Hopefully it all comes to pass before Christmas. He's probably a pretty smart guy, but he may be a complete idiot. And he just lets me, uh, lets me know something. But I doubt it. It's still just good to be connected so I can see what news they have there. I don't know what that is. I don't know what Upstart is. Thursday is going to be a bit of a slow day, guys. I am still not 100% on the PTSD, so I think that this is going to probably be it for me for today. I will be back tomorrow. I don't know what the deal is with the camera is, whether I'm going to have it or not. Either way, I probably won't be thinking so hard tomorrow. We'll be back to the gift slideshow until my camera arrives. If you didn't get into BTWN, I'm sorry. Stocky did have his baby. Yes, he will be back next week, guys. Stocky did have his baby. Huge congrats to him. I hope Mama Stocky is resting up right now. Papa Stocky ain't gonna get no sleep for a while, so really really happy for them, guys. It's always exciting. I remember being first time dad many moons ago. It is a little surreal at first, which I think he was saying he was feeling. Like it's hard to believe that that's his baby. I remember that feeling and what that was like. But over the next few weeks, he's going to be all too certain that's his baby as he gets no sleep. But ultimately, guys, pretty happy with them. Have I ever heard of ACUIF? No. ACUIF is a 5-letter OTC. It's very unlikely that I've heard of them. I typically try to stay away from OTC. But that being said, guys, that's it for me. I will be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Hopefully doing a bit of a longer stream on Friday, but we'll see one way or the other. Who's to tell? Either way, after I'm done, you guys get to go hang out with none other than Martini Rita. We will be recording the third Slap That Ask episode, the podcast today. Hopefully, we get out Friday. Quad Witching Friday and Stimulus. Hopefully, some good news for ACRX. We will see. Have an amazing time over with Martini. I'll probably be in her chat. You guys can hear, but I won't be live on stream anymore. So take it easy, guys. Say hi to Martini. Make sure if you are subbed that you drop the beavers over there. If you're not followed, go ahead and follow, guys, so you get that notification when I go live tomorrow. Catch you later.